Hey all, this is Entom, and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Kind of running behind right now, so let's just get right on into it. This is Asura's Wrath for the PS3, and it was commissioned by Robert Hollander. I got Tanner with me for this one, because he's never one to pass up a bit of hype.
Yes, and I've actually played through the entirety of this game, and oh boy, is it one of my favorite sort of sleeper hits of the PS3 generation.
Ooh, explain.
So this game is, when you buy this game, you're not buying a game, you're buying an anime season. Like, you're buying a 12 or 13 episode anime season. You have to pay extra for the OVAs, if you catch my drift, wink wink, nudge nudge.
Yeah.
And honestly, playing through this, you're like, this is such a unique idea to just basically make, cause like there's no real set gameplay, like it's for the story. It's really cool.
Foul, impure beast that roam the land, the Goma. Also, everything is controlled by the spider boss from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I don't know if Goma is like a reference to some religious thing, but I've only ever heard Goma used for Zelda. So when I saw that here, I'm like, oh, we're going with spider things, but they're not that at all.
So, who is Asura in mythology? I have heard his name before.
Well, according to the Asura's Wrath wiki, in Hinduism, Asura is the lowest ranking deity, often associated with various negative emotions such as violence, rage, and anger. The name Asura also means powerful, mighty, divine, or anti-god.
Ooh.
So it's not a person, it's like a class of god in mythology.
I see what you were saying about us being lucky to barely hit 30.
Yeah, so the frame rate for this game is not the best. I think the Xbox 360 version is a little smoother. You're playing on PS3, right?
Yes, indeed, sir.
Yeah, so it's definitely, the frame rate is the biggest issue with this. I mean, aside from that other big issue. But, in my eyes, it didn't get in the way of enjoying the game. And there are certainly sections that run a lot better. This is kind of the big opening set piece. And
oh, yeah.
Probably should have been optimized a little bit better here, but for the opening at least. I hope you're ready for quick times.
I am not. Oh, no! I got it.
So, this game has more quick times. Oh, also I love the boss subtitles. More quick times than I think any other game I've played. It's pretty much, like, it almost has as many quick times as those old school, like, Dragon's Lair games, which were entirely quick times, but this is a longer game, so...
What's all this about impurity levels? Like, I didn't realize we were going to be dealing with Dragon Ball Z right off the bat.
Yeah, I don't even think that's really explained. It's just cool to put numbers that get bigger and bigger. Because then once, we're at a base level for these huge things, and when they get higher, you're like, oh boy, it's gonna be good.
I'm basically just button mashing right now. There's no fault to this. Everything impure will die.
Yeah, there's not many sections like this, but as I said, it does go through many sort of different gameplay styles.
Okay.
The main one of which is kind of a character action game, but for the most part, it'll just switch up quite often, which I do like. I do like when games have, kind of multiple means of gameplay.
How would you define character action game? Because I know Gaming Brit did a video on it recently, and it's just kind of a nebulous term to me.
For me, it's any game where, you're playing as a character, or like, maybe a character and a bonus character, but the whole thing for me comes down to how the combos work, doing light, heavy, light, heavy.
Right.
In an environment where you're not focusing on too many enemies at once, like, because otherwise you could say Muso games are character action.
Yeah,
as long
sure.
as there's a decent number of enemies, and with a lock-on for sure, that's where I say character action is. I've heard some people say you need to be ranked on your combat.
Right.
And I sort of agree, and there are rankings, but they're not for combat. They're for, like, chapters for this game.
This is getting really intense. It's like, I don't know, gods in the real world, as it were.
Oh, you want to talk intense? You have no idea where this goes.
I think I have actually played the demo to this, actually. It's coming back to me now.
This has been, you know, referred to as kind of one of the few games that reach Gurren Lagann levels of just crazy escalation hype.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Yeah.
That dude's your friend.
Oh, okay. Let's keep shooting the bad guys.
Yeah, so this is based on kind of a mixture of a lot of Eastern religions. You don't really got, you know, one that they go off of as the main one. The gods themselves actually kind of range the gamut from all sorts of being based on different gods from different Eastern religions, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like God of War of the East instead.
Oh my god. I can't wait till we get to our first Aura cutscene. That's gonna be fun.
Oh yes, this game does enjoy. There's many anime inspirations in this, as well as Star Wars. You'll see there's like a lot of space stuff for the gods, which is an interesting way of doing it, where it's kind of like the gods are space shoguns, kind of. There's a lot of Star Wars imagery.
I often say the same thing.
So Wizen's pretty good there. All the bosses they're kind of like the quirky mini boss squad, where you get to know them and then you end up fighting them. They're all really good characters. There's maybe one or two that are a little more one note, but the main one, especially this dude Argus here, or August rather, is so cool.
I have to say the visuals hold up really well.
Pretty well. It has a distinct art style to it. It actually is, I think, running on. There's like some connection to Street Fighter 4's engine and stuff.
Huh.
So it's really interesting. Actually, yeah, there's a lot of, because this is a Capcom game, there's a lot of referential stuff to Capcom's properties. You'll see, well, you probably won't see it in this quick look, but there's cameos to many different Capcom games. In not really the game, but there's like little mini interludes, and you can see them there. And of course, do you know the DLC situation for this game?
Mm-hmm.
So, there's the Ryu and Akuma boss fight DLC, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And then the one thing that is commonly derided as what ruined this for people, the true ending is DLC.
Oh my god, that's not. Come on, Capcom.
So that was really bad. That's like there's really no defending that. The only way you can defend it is, it's like people saying, oh, it's sort of like when an anime releases and they don't get to do the ending, so then they have to buy the ending OVA separately. Ugh. It's like, yeah, but let's not do that. There is an ending to the game, it's just not as satisfying and also leaves on a cliffhanger, and it's like, well, dang. Sadly,
I think I know the ending to the game, and it's actually quite poignant.
Oh yeah, no, like it's, I mean, like, criticize it for sure, but it's still super hype.
I love it, Tano. It's so stylish.
It's definitely one of those games you can pop in and just play through, and there are unlockables which can change up how later playthroughs are kind of done, which might seem weird, but it's true. But like, you can pop it in and just play it, and it's like reliving just a good hype anime, and it's short enough you could replay it in like 2 days.
I was wondering when we'd find the camp one of the 8 Guardian Generals.
Oh, and you know what the other ones are going to be. There's the old one, and we're missing the one. You know which one is left? The girl, right? It's got to be. Yeah, it's super tropey. It's super tropey, and it's great. There she is.
Ah, the sensible one. Lip syncing's not great, but I'm not here for proper lip syncing and shit. I'm here to punch things until they explode.
It does have a good dub, in my opinion, featuring a good number of pretty, like, you know, well-known voice actors. The main one being Asura, voiced by none other than Liam O'Brien.
Oh fuck! I am not weak.
I love Liam O'Brien so much. Let's see, who else is really good here? Steve Bloom plays the camp one.
Okay. Ooh, play against type. Yeah.
That's interesting. Robin Atkin Downs plays Yasha. He's kind of the rival-looking one, the one that could be the Virgil. Keith Silverstein plays the Emperor. I don't know who Amari Williams, Anna Vocino, or David Anthony Pizzuto are, but they do a good job. They're not super well known, but
I've just fired the thing already. I'm sitting on tenterhooks over here, and that's painful.
Is an instrument of destruction I would love to hear played.
oh, I can hear Steve Bloom in him. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, going into this game with like no prior gameplay knowledge, or maybe even knowledge in general, how did you feel about Asura off the bat?
So the first thing I saw of Asura's Wrath was way back in the day. We're going way back. I was on GameTrailers.com, and I saw the one boss fight that was really used to advertise the game, the one with August on the moon. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh my god, this game is ridiculous!" And is this where games are going?
Yeah.
And it kind of set a high bar for hype, because not many games get to that level.
Oh my god, is that the entire Earth?
But why?
Yeah, don't worry about it. 'Tis but a scratch.
Shows how serious we are about winning.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have to go down first.
It is Vitra!
Jesus Christ.
So it sets the scale of this game up pretty well, right from the bat.
Love the cell shading on the characters. Immeasurable.
What if I told you that's not even the highest?
Well, I've played Bayonetta, so don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. There's some Bayonetta level stuff in this that is just I love when games get to just utterly cosmic scale.
Yeah. So it's what, Sin inside of the Earth?
Yeah, he's kind of, I think, the big, like, head Goma at this point. Oh yeah, and there's also commercial break style loading screens. Like, in between those, that's where the commercial break would be.
Yeah, the
eye
stingers.
catches.
Yeah, the eye catchers.
Just need to hear a row, fight the power every time, because that's all I think of when, like, no eye catch will ever be that good.
I don't know, One Punch Man's pretty good.
Oh yeah, One Punch Man's was good too, yeah. I had to think about it for a sec.
The angrier I get, the more powerful I get.
So Asura, like in mythology, is normally depicted with many arms.
Yeah.
That becomes a gameplay feature.
I know.
Oh, I mean, at this point we've you've seen the art of him with the 6 arms there, and so cool.
Alright. I haven't played a Star Fox game in a while, so you have to forgive me if these floating through space sections aren't perfectly played.
It's okay, neither have Cyber Connect 2
Oh
because
my
they're
God.
really short.
Okay, oh my god.
Yeah, every time there's a cutscene, just hand at the ready on the controller because they will throw them out, and I have put the controller down thinking like, I was like a after boss battle cutscene, and I'm like, I'm good, and it's like, nope.
Has Arano taught us nothing about the folly of man? You do watch Game Center CX, correct?
Yes.
Good.
Well, I've watched a few episodes, I don't keep up with them.
You should watch more, because they're great. Man, firing that big, like, laser of theirs didn't really work out for them in the end. Just made things worse.
The gods are kind of taking it, I mean, this is a pretty big deal, but they are kind of taking it pretty much in stride.
Don't worry. I can push buttons. I can do it with the best of them. Whoops. Lasers!
Asura.
Hopefully that's not an instant death.
As far as I'm aware, there's no instant deaths via... well, no, there might be. There's a few where you gotta get them done for sure, and I think they just go back and you redo them.
Okay.
In the end, it affects your grade more than anything.
I got you.
Also, yes, that there is Asura's daughter?
Yes?
Question mark? We'll just ignore why why they can breathe in space. They're gods, it's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, there is one really interesting thing they do, which I don't know if we'll get to see, but oh, there we go. The gods in these games don't really bleed like normal people do. They have, like, oil.
6-armed. Oh, we're not even at the pinnacle of anger yet.
It's so good. Just sprout those arms. Like, this is the... Like, I don't find multiple arms a cool for character design. I think it's kind of a lame thing to have. But on Asura, because they're, like, golden and they're behind, they look so good.
Yeah, just as a power-up instead of an actual thing.
Yeah, and they look like all of his arms are mechanical. They're not like, you know, organic arms. They look like they're all, like, weapons that he's attached to himself.
I think I got it right that time.
I hope you get your lefts and rights not mixed up.
Oh, I do. So angry. I'm just gonna punch everything. Oh, I can air dash. Cool. Whoa.
Multiple arms let you air dash. That is the laws of the universe. Most people don't know that. Goro just keeps it as a secret from people.
Don't actually know what I'm firing at here, but it's fine. Oh, burst.
Don't worry, it looks cool. Oh yeah, so the big thing is, like, you can never finish. Oh, you want to time those to when they go there. You will always finish things by pressing R2 to burst, and it's really good to hit that. It's a good feeling. So this is made not 100% by Capcom themselves. This is mostly made by CyberConnect 2, who are known for the Naruto Ultimate Ninja games.
Very much so,
which
yeah.
They themselves have their intense giant boss fights. I think they've done the .hack series as well, or at least parts of it. And they are the guys that were fired while working on the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh, nasty.
Oh, and they did JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle.
Well, not bad. The fan service fighter that we actually did together during the Sony fun.
Yep. Yeah, so they're known for at least nowadays for their crazy sort of single player overblown hype stuff. And this is kind of, I feel, the pinnacle of that for them. They've never got back to this level.
Could not kill it.
My rage is not enough.
So I love how when this game was first shown off, they did an art contest for this, and they got the, I think it was the Penny Arcade guys, to draw a picture of just Asura in traffic, and it's a traffic jam, and he's just so mad, and it's this wonderful art of this huge man with 6 arms in a tiny car.
Little robot dude. He's not doing anything except, like, shouting stuff out. It's fine. Ah, I am pleased. I too have a halo.
Purify the surviving coma.
Purify them with fire and punches, yes.
My 8 guardian generals is invincible.
8 Guardian Generals is a great name.
Everlasting glory.
So yeah, it is pretty much just like a mix of world religions and world regions. It does do a really cool gloss over of all of them. You get little bits and pieces of each mythology, including in the enemy types. That's a good title screen.
Oh, to be continued. Get out of it.
Yeah, no, it's I love how this game it's set up like a TV show, which is so cool. Hey,
Hey.
you did pretty good. So yeah, there's tons of extras and unlockables that you get for getting S ranks, including some that are cosmetic for gameplay, but you can't use till your second playthrough. If I'm correct.
Right. I want to make sure we get some ground combat in and maybe a boss fight. That probably should do it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty much the game. So yeah, these are the interludes I was talking about. They have guest illustrators from Japan, as well as some Capcom artists, and you can move around with the stick. And there's sometimes little secrets in it. I think at the bottom there, if you hide the display, isn't that a giant robot from something on the right? Yeah, isn't that the Lost Planet robot?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I've ever played Lost Planet.
Think it might be. So yeah, there's like always little Capcom references hidden off camera. Like Sagat appears, Ami from Okami appears. It's a bunch of cute little Easter eggs when you move around.
Okay, da-da-da. Yeah, let's skip this.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of good lore building stuff, but it's mostly just them talking.
Oh my god, this really is an anime.
And yeah, there's previews. It's so good.
But this time of celebration did not last. For in the shadows of victory, the wheels of betrayal had already been set in motion.
Next time on My Hero Academia.
It's so good. Go Beyond plus Ultra.
Oh yes.
Oh no, it's the soundtrack is also outstanding because it's they did it in the style of linked up with the cinematics, and it's so good. And there's one public domain song they use, which we're not gonna get to the August boss fight, but it's probably one of my favorite boss fights in gaming, and it uses a public domain soundtrack song, and it's just like it does it so well.
Jesus Christ. So this is obviously like Hinduism, Buddhism, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty much all of them mixed together. You got all sorts of, blurring of lines, but I do like it's an interesting aesthetic, cause if they just did the regular sort of Shinto Japanese style, that's been done a lot, right? But games don't go into the, you even got a little bit of, like Hindu stuff, and it's like you don't normally go into it as much, which I think is just really cool, cause there's so many cool things you can use for inspiration from those religions.
Mm-hmm. It's weird seeing Asura in, like, downtime. I've only really seen this during a certain point in the story.
Yeah, for sure.
Come home, Father.
Yes, I am home. I could be punching your thanks. Not as good to see you two.
Summons you. He awaits your presence in the throne room.
Look at these, like, Star Wars generic droids.
I know.
He's right.
So is his wife a goddess, and so on?
So, do you see the, like, mechanical markings on Asura there?
Uh-huh.
The gods all have, like, Tron lines on them.
Okay.
Every human is, human, but all the gods look like they're, like, flesh Tron lines.
Gotcha.
Which will glow. Also, yeah, there's opening... just like Metal Gear Solid 5, there's opening credits every start of each part.
Well, at least it doesn't spoil what characters will appear in the fucking chapter.
I actually kind of like that in 5. I thought it was cute, but I could see why people wouldn't like it.
Yes. Oh, are you falling? Okay, I'm falling.
Well, this isn't gonna look good, and he realizes that.
But I didn't punch you or anything.
This time I didn't want to kill.
What is this?
I can't unhear Infinite.
Oh, you see, I get Akihiko from Persona because that's like where I knew him from. But like, it's Liam O'Brien has one voice, and whatever voice you hear first is what you hear for everything from him.
Mm-hmm. All right, time for actual combat.
No! There must be some mistake!
You will get to it, just, I think, not exactly. There's a lot of cutscene lead up to all the encounters.
Okay, that's fair.
There's not much free roam. It's pretty much arena fight into cutscene into arena fight. There's a few sections where you do a little bit of walking around, but for the most part, yeah.
Come on.
For the most part, it's pretty much just arena combat.
Oh yeah.
Asura! You traitorous! You! No. It wasn't me!
You mean to tell me we're like omniscient, etc., but we don't have like security cameras?
So they're not omniscient at all.
Okay.
They're, in terms of like godliness, they're pretty human. I mean, they have crazy battle powers, but they're not too crazy in terms of godly powers. In fact, they don't even have much magic per se. They just punch really hard.
Okay, so X is jump, Square is a shooty button. You got circle for like a continuous combo attack, which feels a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a bit strange. It does have a kind of weird gameplay system, and there are later things that you kind of get to make it a bit more interesting, a bit more variety, spice it up.
Uh-oh. Angry time. I've told you I'm not a naughty boy.
Yeah, he definitely just gets angrier and angrier, and some of these aren't even loading screens. Like, some of them are clearly loading screens, but this is just because they wanted to put it there.
Oh no. Think I can tell what's coming, Tanner.
I mean, but take one look at her. Did you think she would last any longer than, like, 6 minutes? Like, she has the hair.
Still got it in you.
To say this game is, like, you know, tropey, also I love those things in his back. To say it's tropey is an understatement. Like, it is, you know where this game is going. And I don't think that's bad.
Nope, nope, move out the way. Jesus.
So yes, this is the first boss of the game, Wizen. Frequently seen in, I think, the very first couple of trailers where they showed him off. People don't know him so much for this form. It's his second form that is the more popular one that people know about.
Okay.
So yes, there's a lot of punching them till their stun meter goes up, and then you do a quick time to super damage them.
Gotcha. Okay, I took a few hits there, but it didn't feel like I was actually taking damage.
I think at this point it is pretty much just win. Like, it's not, you can't lose. There are definitely later points where you have a health bar. And interesting, there's some boss fights where you and the boss share a health bar, so it's one of those where you need to do just more damage than them.
Okay. Oh, it's like Luxord then.
Yeah, which leads to some really, really long fights, but they're super hype.
No!
Durga being another mythological reference that I only know because it is a weapon in Bayonetta.
Yep, same.
See here, Durga, if I Google it here. Not Durham. That's in Ontario.
Save her.
Durga is the inaccessible, or ironically, the invincible.
Wow.
Is the most popular incarnation of Devi and one of the main forms of the goddess Shakti in the Hindu pantheon. So, yeah, that's they don't think they Googled the name choice. That or they're going for the ironic angle.
I think it's ironic, yeah. Ooh, that was a pain scream.
Yeah, I think they asked one of the people in the voice acting studio to just punch him right in the gut. Man, when you're listening to the stories of the voice actors and the stuff that they have to do to get some of these death screams, it's like, wow.
I wonder if they were expecting him to come right to them.
Just Hulk jump right there.
Asura. Get out of my way!
So yes, this here is Yasha. He's pretty much the Virgil. He's the one that you see kind of the perspective of quite often.
Okay.
Like, it's not a clear case of good versus evil. There is definitely two sides.
Yep, just put the mask back on, disassociate.
The mask actually doesn't do anything. He's just a massive Chuniboo.
I know.
He just thinks it makes him cooler.
Was killing my wife necessary?
I will create a new civilization.
Again, why did my wife have to die for this? No answer.
I'm trying to even think, like, the story to this game is kind of secondary. I'm trying to even think, like, what was their big plan? And I'm like, I don't even really remember. The story doesn't matter as much as the, what are those called? not really... Oh, I'm looking for the word. When a game has a big sort of cinematic moment, what
Reveal?
are those called? What's that?
Reveal?
No,
Hype moment?
yeah, hype moment.
Plot twist?
Set pieces.
Yes.
Set pieces. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
When they, like, it's mostly for the set pieces, and you watch it, I said what? Play it, for these hype moments that are set up for you. The overall story's interesting, but nothing spectacular.
I've long admired your chest, Asura. I'm sorry, but you must die for the cause. Again, though, why my wife?
So one interesting thing that people have pointed out, that Asura looks incredibly similar to Evil Ryu from Street Fighter.
Little bit, yeah.
He has almost the exact same hair and face, it's just that the hair is white instead of the red. And in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the Evil Ryu color, given as DLC, has white hair and features similar markings, making it look like it was an Asura costume, which makes me sad because I really want playable Asura in a fighting game.
Yeah, it'd be perfect for like Marvel vs. Capcom 5 or whatever.
Yeah, like, he really would be, because it's like, you have levels that you can go up, and, you know, he has ranged combat, he has close combat. He would be perfect. He'd also be, like, if we were looking at Marvel vs. Capcom, probably one of the only Capcom characters who could take Thanos on. Like, knowing where this game goes.
Well, I don't think, especially given Smash Ultimate bringing everyone back, I don't think Capcom's going to make the same mistake and be strong-armed by Marvel into making it like a cinematic tie-in. Yeah,
for sure. There's been talk of just Capcom All-Stars, and, like, I think it'd be so smart for them to do.
It's better at this point, honestly.
So I think the next chapter has the real boss fight with Wise in there, so we might want to take a look at that.
Sure, yeah. Ah, beautiful. I will look at them never.
There's actually, like, a lot of concept art, and actually I do have a small paperback version of the art book. There's some interesting stuff that went into the making of this game with, like, the designs where they were going. Very different from what we have now, but they definitely had the idea of Asura with the many arms first off.
What do we got here? Any secrets?
Oh, there's the, that pinwheel is a secret item in most Capcom games. In Mega Man 1, it would give you a full heal as well as all your weapon energy.
Yeah.
I think it's called, like, the Yashiji or something like that. It's a pinwheel that's been in, like, all old Capcom games.
Yeah, it kind of has the Umbrella Corporation coloration.
Oh, yeah, I've never even noticed that.
All he has left is his wrath.
All I have left is rage and anger.
Awakens in a strange world. There.
Yeah, this will be a good spot to leave off on, I think.
Appears and begins to guide him.
I'm being guided by a spider.
His way back to his world.
You know, if I would trust someone, it would be a spider.
Yeah. Probably the opposite for me, but whatever.
I mean, it's actually the opposite. I would trust him because I fear him.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what I get to punch next. What the...
Oh, so, you know in God of War how you climb up through hell?
Oh, yes.
Yes, well, this is what a hell would look like in God of War 5, Kratos Goes to Japan.
Who be this? Oh, I was just imagining it. Okay. It's a good job I subconsciously grabbed Corin's tower here.
Pretty much.
Is that what Corin's tower is meant to be a reference to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Where am I?
Yeah, Dragon Ball also takes from quite a number of mythologies there, because it's mostly the reference to Journey to the East there.
West.
Or Journey to the West. They're already in the East.
What do you like?
Let's just say you are having a bad dream.
Who's voicing the spider?
Who are you?
The spider is voiced by, I have behind the voice actors.
The right question would be, who
Oh, I saw him here.
The golden spider.
Start climbing then.
Al Rodrigo.
Doesn't ring a bell, but it's a good voice.
Known for... Oh wow, he's in nothing. He was, a random ghost in Scooby-Doo, The Mystery Begins, the straight-to-DVD prequel to the live-action Scooby-Doo movies.
Wow.
Yeah, no, this guy, this is... The Golden Spider is his biggest role.
Whatever. Bigger role than me.
Asura!
Pay attention when we're sparring, damn it.
These are our enemies.
Oh, now you can be the tutorial.
That's why they didn't let you die before, because you needed to do the tutorial here.
Okay.
So the Goma are just kind of corrupted animals in terms of how they're based on, and they go through a lot of different types, which are kind of cool.
There we go. Just circle was your basic, like, light attack, I guess.
Yep. Also, Asura's wearing clothing. I am uncomfortable.
Looks good on him.
This would be an alt costume if he was in a fighting game for sure.
Every heavy attack causes him to overheat for a period of time. Okay. So you can't spam heavy attacks. Cool.
Yeah, I think there's that little meter above him is when he can do that. And you pretty much want to do that when as often as you can, because it's just a big clear out attack. Looking a bit like Mike Hagar with that. Well, you know what's better than a 2-armed lariat?
What's that?
A 6-armed lariat.
Oh, brilliant. Ooh, a dash attack. Interesting.
Little bit of a rising uppercut there.
I need a lock-on button is what I need right now.
I think there is one and they just haven't taught it to you yet. Like, I'm fairly certain there is.
Just run around for now. After pressing X... Oh, got dives. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's always one of my favorite attacks in games. Just the one where you just slam right down on them.
Okay. Next attack, please. Okay, you're still wanting me to just, like, do dash until you're certain that I've got it. Yeah. Press triangle to execute special attack when your enemy is down. Yeah. So angry.
Every enemy type gets a unique special attack, which is really cool, but you can't do it while you are overheating there. So that's why maybe you don't want to use them too much, but for the most part, you can, pick how you want to fight.
Okay. Yeah. I'm slowly learning.
There's some rather large basic enemies later. It's surprising to see what would normally be a boss in another game just ends up becoming an enemy.
Come on, triangles, yeah.
Yeah, whenever you see a big button prompt on something, it's like, you want to hit it, and it'll feel good when you do.
Alright, now it's your turn, baby boy. I guess so, he's not wrong. Ooh, heavy lad. Recover directly, reduces damage. Nice.
So yeah, that's kind of an air... What's that called? Aerial recovery.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts, motherfucker.
It's funny, because as a kid, I was like, why do they give you this aerial recovery? Why is that such a big deal? And then I learned later, oh wow, aerial recovery is really important.
Yeah. Is he down?
I think they want you to get hit, then press X.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was too hype.
Wow, how did you avoid that?
I know. Come on, hit me. Come on, hit me.
What? Come on, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, so you need it's really cool when you're actually getting like, if you get hit mid combo, you can do that and then get right back into fighting, and it looks really cool. It's not really an aerial recovery, it's more of a tech, if anything. Well, there's your evade.
Nice. Nope, that was just a standard hit. That was also a standard hit.
Try pressing a little sooner.
I'm trying. I'm desperately trying to. Yeah.
it might be a Monster Hunter style one where it's not really as many iframes as it is you just need to move.
Okay.
Get it? You're fighting monkeys. It's making a joke.
I get it, Tanner. Press the correct on-screen prompt right before an enemy to execute a counterattack. Ah! I actually pressed circle there, so I'm glad it was easy on me.
I think it's a case of if you just like, there's a bit of leeway with button pressing, where if if you're pressing buttons already and a prompt comes up, you have a bit of time to stop and then press another one.
Oh my god, literally out of Bayonetta.
Yeah, for sure. To be fair, stingrays are one of the most nefarious looking things just on this earth. I would, like, most things in the ocean are evil enough that they, you can base a video game enemy off of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's your lock-on.
Ah, now we shoot.
So there is a little bit of, like, a, not to say Bayonetta, but, like, a long range. You just punch so hard, you fire air bullets.
Yep. Come on, Tom. Get together. Punch. I prefer to get up close and punch than fire.
Yeah, for sure. It's mostly like in the style of Bayonetta and them, where it's like if just an enemy's far away and they're coming towards you, you can use it. You don't use it for damage more often than just keeping combos going.
Okay. Not bad.
I didn't see myself using the long range punch too often.
Giant boulder, dodge this! You can use rapid fire to shoot down, Okay.
Unless it's a laser or flame, because fire can't be dispersed.
There we go. I only got hit by one, and then I immediately learned.
Well, that's what learning is. You gotta fail first to learn.
I guess, but you know me with my retakes, obsession, and so on.
I was gonna say, just like Tetris, eh, Tom?
Yeah, just like Tetris, eh, Tanner? I ended up beating that fucking storyline, even if it took me like 2 weeks to get past Ecolo.
Even I haven't beaten that storyline because, like, there's a point where I'm like, nah, I'm good. That's too much for me.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you see his eyes are glowing there. That sort of shows if they're, I think, in like a god mode.
Right.
Because when Asura's with his family, his eyes are normal and you see his pupils. But later on, he will get the glowing eyes as well. So I think it's like a mode that they turn on.
Inflicting and receiving damage increases the unlimited gauge. Once it's full, unlimited mode. Ah, I see. I see.
That's your super mode there.
Oh, I'm so angry.
Just hit him a bunch of times. He's taking it pretty well, though. That's one thing I will say. Enemies don't really get stunned very easily.
Okay.
You kind of have to deal a big amount. I think you kind of have to lead in with a heavy attack to get that stun to definitely go off. Oh yeah, and so you can do the lariat in midair too, which looks really cool. So yeah, when they're down, you'll see there's that big, reticle on them. You want to hit that. It's pretty much always triangle because that's your heavy attack. I don't remember any others. I think there's a grab one later that might be circle.
Okay.
But for the most part, when they're down, run up and hit triangle to get the big damage on them.
Gotcha. Yeah. So close.
So yes, Asura is the, I think the youngest, or the newest member of the Pantheon here. That's why he's being trained.
Right.
So he needs to be, taught how it is to fight as a god there.
You ready? You ready for this?
Yep, let's do it!
Yeah.
So you cannot overheat, so just press that triangle button whenever you feel like it. So there are later, more unlimited levels, as we should say.
Right.
So yes, so you see that big orange gauge filling up? That's your proceed to next phase of boss gauge.
Oh, shit. This actually feels pretty good now. I'm getting the flow.
There's unlockable gauge designs that change how it looks, and it's really cool to just get some of these, like, super crazy ones that take up the full screen. Yeah, burst always leads into a dash up to their face.
Beautiful. He probably didn't even feel that. Yeah, that's right. Not bad. Oof.
Ooh. Oof. Bit of an Urian move there.
A little bit. Nope. I'm not fucking done yet.
You just got him even angrier.
That'll be all for today.
Ugh, training fucking sucks, man. I'm just gonna take a nap here.
August, out of all them, I feel gets the most characterization, because later on, we're not going to get to it, but there's just a scene where even though they're at that point enemies, they just go out and chill out in a spa together. Just two dudes sitting in a spa, chilling out.
5 foot away, because they're not mole. Reminiscing. It's so goofy.
It's great. I do wish there was a little bit more of a jingle, though.
Dun 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 bow bow bow.
Destroy him! Asura the traitor!
Am I getting a little bit of regular combat before all is said and done?
I think so. Yeah. So see there, you have your burst your burst gauge at the top there, which is the proceed to next phase. So you want to try and get that up pretty much as soon as possible. That's how the fight ends. I think enemies just keep coming until then.
Oh, it's going a bit fast for old Tom. Lock onto target.
Flying enemies suck. I remember now.
Yeah.
I think you have a double jump, or there's some other jump tech which you can use to get up to them pretty easily and just punch them right in the face. Or just lariat under them and have the wind current destroy them, because that's how hitboxes work.
Oh. It's okay, Tom. You're not going to be perfect on your first try.
Oh yeah, no. This is one of those games where you're graded on the rating how you do, and you won't get those A or S ranks on your first playthrough. I have a friend who pretty much outright refuses to play any game that grades him, because if he can't get those A's on his first attempt, he feels like he's failing.
Aw, that sucks.
I'm like, well, guess you'll never play Bayonetta or Devil May Cry or any of those amazing titles.
Yeah. Oh, how do you feel about DMC5, by the way?
Oh man, oh, it looks so good.
Bang, bang, bang. Pull my motherfucking devil trigger.
That is the song of the summer, and I'm never gonna stop playing it. And it's just generic enough I can play it with family around, and they won't care that they won't even know it's a video game song.
Oh, I'm so angry. I'm literally on fire right now. Oh, okay. Anger is now over.
Sometimes you're just too tired to be angry, you know?
Yep, that's the way it goes.
Strano has been killed.
Not General Asura!
Treason. The Emperor. Traitor.
They do good stuff with the shading in this game.
It's gorgeous,
they play
yeah.
around with the shading engines a lot, and it looks so good. That's one of the things that I love about, when a game doesn't have a realistic art style. There's just more fun you can have with it. It's very comic book-esque. It's almost Mad World at this point.
A little bit. Why, Asura? Why did you do it?
The traitor Asura has been defeated.
Am I, remembering this, or is it happening in real time?
No, this is happening right now.
Jesus. Whee!
So that's how you got in hell.
Okay. My daughter yet lives.
Deus said he would save the world.
Also, that name is a little on point. Deus. That only just means God in almost every single language.
Pretty much. I won't give up. I will remain angry until the end of the game.
What's the matter? Have I angered you?
That's it. That's the game. Have I angered you?
Not me.
So this spider is actually a pretty big character in the game. He's not just a one-off here.
There is nothing to hear but the sound of my voice.
So does he just hear, like, the crying of his door in his mind?
Gotta go up that tower.
Ooh, I'm coming for you.
So, you know, Kratos kind of, like, works his way out of hell, and, you know, Hercules has to, you know, struggle his way out of hell. Asura, he just books it up the nearest vertical thing.
Wait for it. Yeah.
He got out of there like a bat out of hell.
You ever been so angry you just split the astral plane? Whoops.
So whenever it's the L and R to like the sides there, that's the angry prompt.
Oh. I wasn't so angry there. I actually failed that one.
Gaia, 12,000 years have passed since you were here last.
You've been in hell for 12,000 years.
Just taking a nap.
How is it?
So this game has multiple jumps through time, and it's wonderful.
Is this how you save the world?
Oh, I just remembered there's another set of DLC that I didn't talk about, but that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 DLC episodes, which are like 0.5 episodes. They're kind of in between, but they're actually done by, I think, Studio 4C, and they're anime. So you get to, but the thing is, all the DLC, with the exception of the true ending, none of the dialogue is done in English, which kind of sucks. But like, it's really cool to see an anime style, quick time event sort of episode, right? But they are super optional there. And for some reason, the character designs look quite a bit different.
I wonder why. Animated by other people, that's the reason why. Alright. That was Asura's Wrath for the PlayStation 3. Holy shit! That was pretty hype. I can't believe I failed that. That's fucking quick time event. Oh, I died climatic, but that's just me playing, I suppose. I would actually like to return to this in 2019, so I'm going to put it on the back burner for now. Maybe I'll put it on like a patrons poll. I'm going to put a bunch of like Patreon quick looks on there so people can choose what they want to see. And thank you, Rob, for like commissioning this. Thank you, Tanner, for joining me. Your info was very helpful and insightful. The best combination.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we'll see you maybe next time for a bit more Asura's Wrath, but certainly next time for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Bye bye.